Have you ever wondered why good opportunities seem to pass you by? Why some people remain trapped in frustration, while others move through life with greater peace and success? Many believe luck is something given by fate, something that appears randomly and disappears without warning. But there is a deeper truth. Imagine holding a handful of salt. Now imagine dropping that salt into a small glass of water. Take a sip and the water becomes bitter. The salt has changed the entire experience. The bitterness is impossible to ignore. Now imagine taking that same handful of salt and placing it into a vast lake. The salt is still there, but the water remains fresh and clear. The lake is so large that the salt cannot dominate its nature. Life works in much the same way. Every person experiences difficulties, disappointments, mistakes, and losses. No one escapes them. The difference is not the amount of hardship a person faces. The difference is the size of the mind and heart that receives those hardships. Many people believe they lack good luck because of circumstances. They blame the world, other people, or fate itself. Yet often, what blocks good fortune is not the challenge outside, but the narrow space within. When the mind becomes like a small glass, every problem feels enormous. Every criticism becomes a wound. Every setback becomes proof that life is unfair. A person with a small inner world carries bitterness everywhere. They replay old hurts, hold on to resentment, and feed fears about the future. As a result, even when opportunities arrive, they struggle to see them. Their attention is consumed by the salt. But those who cultivate patience, understanding, and wisdom become like the lake. Difficulties still enter their lives, but they do not overwhelm them. They learn from failure instead of being destroyed by it. They meet criticism with reflection instead of anger. They face uncertainty with calm instead of panic. This is where true good luck begins. Good luck is often the result of clear thinking, kind actions, and a peaceful heart. When the mind is calm, better decisions are made. When actions are compassionate, stronger relationships are built. When resentment is released, energy becomes available for growth. Consider how many opportunities are missed because of impatience. How many friendships are lost because of pride. How many dreams remain unrealized because fear was allowed to grow larger than courage. These are not failures of luck. They are the effects of a mind that has become too small for life's challenges. The secret is not to remove all the salt from life. That is impossible. Challenges will come. Disappointments will arrive. Some days will test your strength. The real task is to expand your awareness until those difficulties no longer control your experience. Read more, learn more, serve others, practice gratitude, develop patience, spend time in quiet reflection. With each step, the glass becomes larger. Eventually, it becomes a lake, and something remarkable happens. The same events that once seemed like bad luck become lessons, obstacles become teachers, delays become opportunities for preparation. Even pain reveals hidden wisdom. When this transformation occurs, people may say that your luck has changed. They may wonder why success follows you more often, but the truth is simple. The world did not suddenly become kinder. Your mind became wider. So if you feel that good luck is missing from your life, do not search for it in distant places. Look within. Ask yourself whether you are holding life's salt in a glass or in a lake. Expand your heart. Deepen your understanding. Release bitterness. Welcome patience. Then watch how life begins to feel different. The salt may remain, but its power over you will disappear. And where bitterness once lived, peace, opportunity, and good fortune will naturally grow. Good luck depends on your mindset. What many people call bad luck is often the result of a limited perspective. A calm and open mind can see opportunities where others only see problems. Many people spend years searching for good luck, believing it is something controlled by fate, chance, or circumstances beyond their control. When things go wrong, they often conclude that luck is simply not on their side. Yet the deeper truth is that what we call luck is often influenced by the way we think, perceive, and respond to life. Two people can face the same challenge and experience completely different outcomes. One sees only obstacles, while the other notices opportunities hidden within the difficulty. The difference is not the situation itself, but the mindset they bring to it. A mind filled with fear, negativity, and constant worry tends to focus on what is missing, what might go wrong, and what cannot be done. Because attention is directed toward problems, opportunities often go unnoticed. In contrast, a calm and balanced mind remains open and aware. Such a person can recognize possibilities that others overlook and can make wiser decisions even in difficult situations. Good luck often appears to follow those who remain patient, positive, and clear-minded. This does not mean they never face hardship. It means they do not allow hardship to control their vision. When the mind becomes peaceful and flexible, it naturally attracts better choices, stronger relationships, and more favorable outcomes. In this way, mindset becomes one of the greatest creators of what people call good luck. The salt and water lesson. Life's difficulties are like salt. In a small glass of water, the salt makes everything bitter. In a large lake, the same salt has little effect. The size of your inner world determines how much suffering affects you. The lesson of salt and water reveals a simple but powerful truth about human suffering and perception. In life, difficulties, criticism, failure, and loss are unavoidable. Everyone carries some form of salt in their journey. The real difference lies in how much space we allow these experiences to occupy within us. When the mind is small, meaning when a person has limited emotional strength, narrow thinking, or low patience, even small problems feel overwhelming. A single setback can dominate their entire mood, and one harsh word can disturb their whole day. In such a state, life feels heavy and unfair, and good luck seems distant or absent. However, when a person develops inner strength, emotional balance, and understanding, their inner world becomes larger, like a vast lake. In this expanded state of awareness, the same problems still appear, but they no longer define the person's entire experience. Criticism is heard, but not deeply shaken by it. Failures are acknowledged, but not carried forever. Instead of reacting instantly, there is space to reflect and respond wisely. This expansion does not happen overnight. It grows through patience, mindfulness, learning from experience, and letting go of unnecessary negativity. As the mind becomes more spacious, life feels lighter. What once seemed like constant misfortune begins to lose its intensity, and a natural sense of clarity and calm starts to take its place. Expand your heart and awareness, patience, wisdom, gratitude, and understanding help you become like the lake. The more you grow internally, the less power challenges have over your happiness. Bitterness in life rarely comes from the events themselves. It comes from what the mind repeatedly holds on to. When a person clings to anger, regret, jealousy, or fear, these emotions begin to shape their entire experience of reality. Just like salt dissolving in a small glass of water, these inner states can quickly change how everything feels. Even neutral situations start to appear negative, and even small inconveniences feel like major setbacks. Over time, this creates a cycle where the mind expects disappointment and therefore notices more reasons to feel disappointed. Breaking this cycle begins with awareness. When a person learns to observe their thoughts instead of being controlled by them, something important changes. They start to see that not every thought deserves attention and not every emotion needs to be acted upon. This creates space inside the mind. And in that space, clarity begins to grow. Instead of reacting immediately, there is a moment of understanding. Instead of holding on to every insult or mistake, there is the ability to let go. Letting go does not mean ignoring reality. It means refusing to let past pain define present perception. As this practice deepens, the mind becomes less reactive and more balanced. Life still brings challenges, but they no longer have the same power to create lasting bitterness. The inner world becomes lighter, and with that lightness comes a quiet sense of freedom. Bitterness blocks opportunities. Holding on to anger, resentment, fear, and past disappointments can prevent you from recognizing and taking advantage of good opportunities in life. When people believe they lack good luck, they often focus only on external conditions, money problems, relationships, missed opportunities. This narrow focus can create a feeling that life is constantly working against them. But in reality, many of these struggles are intensified by inner reactions rather than the events themselves. A delayed opportunity becomes bad luck. When impatience takes over, a disagreement becomes loss. When pride refuses to soften, a small mistake becomes failure. When self-judgment is too harsh, inner stability changes this pattern completely. When the mind is steady, it does not immediately label experiences as good or bad. Instead, it pauses and observes. This pause is powerful because it prevents unnecessary emotional suffering. With time, this practice develops resilience. A person becomes less shaken by unexpected events and more capable of adapting to change. What once felt like chaos begins to feel manageable. In this state of balance, life decisions also improve. A calm mind sees more clearly, listens more carefully, and responds more wisely. Relationships become healthier because reactions are less explosive and more thoughtful. Even in difficult circumstances, there is a sense of direction rather than confusion. This is how inner calm quietly transforms what people often call luck into something more stable and self-created. Transform challenges into lessons. True fortune comes from learning, adapting, and growing through difficulties. When you view obstacles as teachers rather than enemies, life begins to open new paths for success and peace. True transformation begins when a